Recording.
There you go.
Oh, there.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
We're good.
We're doing well.
So
Good
let's
morning
introduce
from
you.
Vietnam.
What's that?
Good morning from Vietnam.
Yeah, good morning from Vietnam. That's the whole thing with Robin Williams. We need to find that and throw that at the end. Um, so introduce yourselves. Tell everybody who you are.
Yeah, my name is Joanna. I've been working with you for Jessica Couch for like 8 years now. It's my 8 years
Yeah,
working with you. I'm her all around virtual assistant. And yeah, there's nothing best working from the comfort of your living room for an amazing boss.
okay, and who
And
is with you?
Yeah.
so my name is Jonathan. I am actually Joanna's fiance, and I've been doing this work for about 2 years. And she took me under her wing and actually trained me on how to do all this. And I've been fairly successful and have my own clients now, and really enjoy being creative and helping businesses grow.
That's so awesome. I want to tell the whole story of like how you guys met. Do you mind?
Yeah,
It's cool.
sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, tell everybody. Because I was trying to get you to come here
Yeah.
so that you could be here and help me with my million children, and we
Mhm,
couldn't get the visa. But when we thought we were going to get the visa,
mhm,
you met Jonathan, thinking you were going to be here, right?
mhm.
And then Jonathan like became a part of our family.
Yeah.
And because you couldn't come here, he came to you.
Yeah.
And now you
Yes.
guys are working together for the past 2 years. And
Mhm.
for everybody who follows you on social, you're drinking iced tea, riding elephants, going to amazing places, having the time of your life,
Yeah.
working during the hours that you want to work, and having free time and like actually having a life. And that's something we know nothing about here, by the way. And you're engaged and getting married.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we started our YouTube channel too.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, what's the
Yeah.
name of it?
Yeah. It's like
It's just Jonathan and
Jonathan and
Joanna. It's
Joanna.
just our
Oh,
name.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay.
Been doing it for about 2 months now, I
Yeah,
think
two
about.
months
Yeah,
now.
so we're pretty new to the YouTube game for our
Oh, I
personal
love
side.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Well, and I kind of want to, I mean, I gave you a list of questions, but like that reminds me of another thing to get into. So, something that we're using right now, we found a coach online, Andrew. He's like a baby child, he's very young. And he gave us all of this really great advice for an hour of coaching on how to run a podcast, how to send it out using these different applications. And just, I mean, I don't do what you do, but it's going really well because we've been able to push all this additional content out.
Mhm.
Can you kind of speak to that and how a business owner that is trying to grow their business could utilize something like this to really grow their brand and grow all their content?
And is this something like in terms of like podcasting and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. So one of the things I realized, especially one of my main clients, is that with podcasts, it really helps with networking and just getting not just your brand out there, but just making it forming a community online and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's kind of helping each other out and stuff like that. And one of my clients, he's a therapist and
Uh-huh.
actually now turned a coach, and his main focus is like ADHD, and he's also is certified through San Francisco Integral Studies for psychedelic medicine. So his whole thing is just bringing people into his podcast that have like transformative stories or
Mm.
with psychedelic medicine and stuff like that. But at the same time, making connections with these guests. And it just creates this domino effect. You start
Uh,
networking, you having these people on your podcast, then your name gets out there and it just creates this web. And it's really, really good. So he's gained clients just from his podcasting.
oh,
Like,
that's so awesome. That's
mhm.
so awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And so for this podcast in particular, he's doing it like twice a week, an episode comes out. And for the platforms, he uses Captivate, which will put it through all the audio streaming services. And then
Mm.
we're doing it through YouTube and Rumble. Mhm.
Oh, I don't know about Rumble. Maybe we need to look at that one too, Joanna.
Yeah. So apart from having a great community that brings you like legit or people that really like goes with you on the same level or vibe with you on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have that core, one thing that you will do is have like a platform where people can reach you or
Mm-hmm.
more people that you can like start inspiring other people to
Uh-huh.
get to this community that you already have. And that is
Mm-hmm.
power of social media. So what we're using right now through Andrew is like we're syndicating every post from Facebook where everyone is right now, and
Mm-hmm.
TikTok where the entire world goes crazy. So why not just put it out there? And
Yeah.
not only people in your area, but globally. Who knows? You might be reaching someone from the US to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and apart from that, if you're reaching friends or people from all over the world, you might as well, touch in or tap into the business part, which is LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So if you have all these four platforms
Mm-hmm.
all the time, there's no way for you not to step forward or
Mm-hmm.
advance in your business. It
Yeah.
is so powerful. Like social media is there, I mean, to connect to people, but it also gives you the power to elevate your business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's even for free
Definitely.
for
And
an
community.
extra account.
Community
Yeah.
is always a big thing. I think business
Yeah.
is, it's always good to have a community because the community is very supportive and also like you help each other grow. And it like I think makes you even that much more powerful being in
Yeah.
a collective, watching
Yeah.
each other grow and your business grow together. And then, oh, I know this person that could do this. Oh, hey, and this person's really good at this. Hey, let me
Mm-hmm.
introduce you to them. And it's community is so key to so many things in business, definitely.
Yeah. Like
Well, yeah.
work, working with you for like 8 years, I know that you are very good at building connections. It's like, oh, I know this one. I know this one. And this one person know another 5%. And this 5% know 10 more person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That
it's
will always be there if you already build that connection, that friendship, that trust.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way for that one or two people not to mention your name in a room.
Yeah, no, I think it's front of mind awareness, which is like, that was my first question for you guys is like, how would a new business owner be able to use a virtual assistant team to really make their business grow? We know how much it would cost to have an actual American come in and be part of your office. Like most people are not going to be able to afford that. But give me like the lowest low and then a medium on what a team like you guys could come in and do for a business. Like Jeremy that you were just talking about doing all this podcast. I imagine you're doing newsletters as well. You're pushing out all of the podcasts onto multiple forums. What does something like that run?
So I would say for that specifically, there'd be two different tiers because there's the podcasting and doing a bunch
Uh,
of video editing, but I think base level, just social media marketing and like newsletters and stuff like that. Base level will be 300 to 350 a month will be like
okay.
level for that. And that will include posting 3 to sometimes 5 times a week, and then also the newsletters that go out and also helping with branding sometimes. And if
Mm,
somebody doesn't have a website, there'll
yeah.
be that fee
Yeah.
for a website being built
Mm,
minimum. I mean, it depends on how many pages, so that price varies. But after the website's built and they're with us for like a monthly thing, then us updating a site would be like included in that. Because I know
mm,
people will pay, oh, you need me to update this page. I gotta charge you this. Or you want to add a page, that'll be $300 for this. It's like, no, if we're building your site and you're sticking with us, updating and stuff like that is included. And in terms of website, if you just want to build a one and done, we're like, hey, if you need some help, we'll teach you how to like change this font or add this page. You know what? No charge, because it's like we enjoy teaching people also in that.
mhm. So you could do sort of like a monthly branding session with them because there's
Yes.
another guy I met at a networking event who wanted me to work for him and I was like, pass, bro, pass. But he wanted people to pay $500 per month and he would send out I think 2 posts per week and a newsletter and the person is not creating any of the content. He's like, "Oh, what's your business? Okay, got it." And then he sends it out for you. So there's no personalization, there's no
Oh,
branding, there's no like, I mean, I do all my own videos. Joanna edits and posts and pushes everything out because I don't know how to do that. And I'm not going to probably learn. Like, I really am a believer in working within your strengths, which mine are pretty limited. I want to just work within my strengths and then I want everything else delegated. And Joanna already knows how to do all of these things that I don't know how to do. So just being able to have somebody handle that personalization, the editing, the pushing it out with your brand, all of those things create the like the buzz around your business that I wouldn't otherwise have if I didn't have Joanna. None of this would have happened.
Oh, totally. And with something like VAs and stuff, like they're able to take that workload off at the same time as like you have your strengths and the VAs have
Yeah.
their, and you're allowed to be more hands-on with like
Yeah.
your business and not worry about the back end stuff,
Mhm.
which helps a lot. And with us, it's if we're doing like branding and everything, there's always a lot of communication going on. It's like, oh, what do you need done? And we just do it. No, we communicate back and forth and make sure things are perfectly the exact way our clients like it before putting things out. And in
Mm.
time, when you establish that relationship for a while, then you build trust. And it's like, okay, they know what I want and we know what they want, and we can just have at it. And then you build that trust like that to where sometimes there's a little less communication because like we already know what you want, or
Yeah.
you can trust us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just like our working relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, Joanna, I'm gonna shoot a video, do your thing, make it cute, make me pretty, and put it out there, right? It's part of it.
The
Like
best one lately was
yeah.
the stuff we were doing for one of the law firms, because we're sending out a lot of law business. And one of the law firms said, "Oh, we need a disclaimer." And I'm like, "Do you know who you're working with? Like, obviously you need a disclaimer." And so at the end of the video, Joanna has flames and it says, "Jessica is not an attorney." I was like, that is the best disclaimer ever. I don't know who would think I am. But I mean, we're just referring these things out. We're referring a lot of things out. And it's no different than referring to a team for all the things you don't know how to do. You wouldn't try to go figure out an unlawful detainer yourself. So why on earth would you try to figure out which platforms to use and which clips to use and which audio to use and how to edit videos? You're not going to figure that out yourself in 5 minutes. Like, that's going to take you years to learn. And by the time you learn it, the technology will have changed and you'll have missed the boat. So I think the better avenue, and you guys will set up a free consultation, I'm sure, with anybody who has questions about this. Set up like a 3-minute free consult with them.
Yeah, of course. They can always reach us via email, iMessage, because we're located in the other part of the world, but we have our US number that
Oh
you
yeah,
can
can you give that number out? And then can we also talk about how
Yeah.
although you're in another country, there are ways to pay you through Venmo, or like there's American methods that you can pay with. So this isn't something weird. I mean, at the beginning of this, we were doing Western Union, but we've got this all figured out now. I no longer have to do that. Yeah.
That was like I mentioned to you, that was like 7, 8 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can justify that.
Right. No, now you can do everything through Venmo. Okay, so what's the Google phone number that you've got available for people?
So yeah, Google phone number would be 510-592-4845.
Okay.
And you can just text that number. It works like a regular phone number. So even though we're here in Vietnam, we do have a US phone number that we can be reached at. And then an email address would be jm.jmsocials@gmail.com. And what we were mentioning before, like even though we're in another country, it's like, okay, a lot of clients in the US are in the US. How do we pay these guys? They're all the way in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Zelle is instant transfer, which works with seamless. And then there's also Wise, which is very much well known for international transactions, but Zelle is usually the way to go, usually.
Yeah, it's instant.
And if not, Wise. Those are the two like best ones.
You're right.
Yeah, those two.
But Wise charges a fee. So we just used Zelle for the first time.
Zelle's free and instant.
Yeah, instant. So we're saving, I mean, it's $16, but like $16, I'd rather, I don't know, have go to something other than a fee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. And they actually raised their rate, or
yeah, they did.
Yeah, how much they charge. Wise raised it a lot recently. I was surprised. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, Zelle free and instant and zero charge, which is amazing.
Yeah, I like that idea. How have you been able to help experienced business owners like myself? Like, and I know Jeremy's really had some good success and I love his whole story, but since Joanna, you worked with me for so long, like at the beginning of us doing social media at the level that we're doing it now, like 5 years ago, we were getting like 40 views, like the average realtors are 40 views. And you do all the traffic reports. So what are we getting in now in terms of?
Oh my God, like most of your reels, they're hitting 50K.
Which is so amazing. So amazing.
I wouldn't consider you as a micro influencer. You're an influencer.
That's and well, this has all been like
Yeah.
kudos to you for
Mhm.
setting up all the platforms and doing all the work. Because the work,
Yeah.
this is no easy task, by the way. Like I tried to do this at the beginning by myself. It's a good 2 hours a day to post to all these different platforms, have the engagement you need to have to get the engagement. There's a lot that goes into this, and you have to be really responsive with all the messages. So for
And
somebody that's like, oh, I want to do this, again, this is going to take you some time to figure all out. And by the time you figure it out, the algorithm or the technology will have changed and you will have missed the boat. So you would really be encouraged to just jump on with you guys for somebody who wants to grow their social media platform, grow their email list, grow their organic views to their website. Like all of this can be done really easily starting at $350 a month with you guys.
Yeah.
oh, totally, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 hours of your day, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, you can use that in meeting for more people. That's gonna bring
Absolutely.
more business to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sit that out in your car or in a cafe trying to
Uh-huh.
figure out how to edit your videos.
Right. No, I mean, it's funny because everyone always says, oh, all your videos are done from the car. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the car all the time. I'm meeting people or I'm on the computer pulling up information to go to meet them to look at helping them buy or helping them sell. But this is basically my whole life. And my goal is to have 4 face-to-faces a day, and my goal is to give out 4 referrals a day. So the only way I can do that is if I'm working really hard and diligently at just that, and everything else has to be delegated out, or I won't be able to get just those things done. And that's the backbone of my business.
Mhm. That's like the way to go. It's like there's nothing wrong in delegating tasks that's gonna eat more of your
Yeah.
time and will not make you as productive as you are in a day.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
time is gold, time is money.
Yeah.
To spend it wisely. Mhm.
What advice would you give your old self, like, 8 or 9 years ago when we started working together? What, if you could go back and like give yourself some advice then from how we were doing things versus now, what would your advice be?
Oh, like I wish AI existed 10 years.
Oh, right. That's been a game changer for sure.
It is a big game changer. But like working with you wise, I wish I could have been more active like you because you're just like bam, 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 bam every day. I tried, but oh my gosh, it's just like an energy ball. But
It,
yeah, I think work wise, yeah, I could have like AI could have existed ways before so we can have
Right.
more help in this industry and business.
Well, even the chat GBT that we use, we are paying for the upgraded version at $20 a month, and we
Mhm.
both have access to it. So when
Yeah,
I ask it something, Joanna can see what I asked, like, because I might be asking something about something we're writing up, but we can
yeah.
both see it. And that has been a game changer alone for $20 a month.
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah. And it's definitely too with the whole AI thing, like Joanna said, just, kind of re-saying, it helps so much. It's almost like its own VA in a sense that it
Yeah.
helps you can increase your workload and
Uh-huh.
it won't take up a lot of time,
Yeah.
especially if you maybe have a little stuck, thinking of an idea. Like it really helps with a lot of things. And then from AI, of course, you add the human element to personalizing it yourself.
Mhm.
I think there's sometimes you can have AI do a little too much and then things sound a little too robotic and it's like, okay, this
Mhm.
is but definitely with AI, and we use it sometimes, including that human element in it. Use it for like
Mhm.
ideas and this, but after that, bring that human element to it. That's a
Yeah.
big thing too with AI.
Yeah. You like it is scary, but at the same time, if you're going to use it properly, you're
Yes.
gonna come up with a nice or better things from it.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Like
I'm a big
anything
fan.
used properly would be like amazing.
yeah. And my experience with that, it's so funny. I've actually used it for Jeremy's podcast, and I was
Uh-huh.
explaining what it takes long form and makes a bunch of shorts with AI.
Mm.
And it doesn't do it well. It does it enough to like, oh well, this segment of the podcast there is something good, but I have to go in myself, look at that time frame, and then maybe push the beginning and end back of it, and then like do some granular editing. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's good at like doing some of the work, but you have to go in there and like do it yourself a lot of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh-huh.
AI is a good, I guess, tool. Definitely.
It's a
It's
good tool. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
it's a good tool. And for us, like working for business owners and small business owners and entrepreneur, we don't, or you cannot just let AI run its thing. He,
Mm-hmm.
he said
Mhm.
use personal touch because we are representing you.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to represent you properly, the way that you want to be seen by your customers
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and your clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
Definitely.
think
know we
branding
had like
is great. Yeah.
a lot of errors before and you get into me on that, but yeah, things are better now and with the help of AI, our work is so much better than years ago.
Oh, I
Mhm.
think, well, AI's helped just from the standpoint that I do a lot of voice recognition and nothing makes sense. And then I send that to Joanna and she's like, what? So just running that through AI has taken out a lot of the errors that I am making while driving to appointments using voice recognition, which is like my whole life. Nothing makes sense.
Joanna's came to me a few times like, do you understand what Jessica's trying to say here? And I'm all like, I have no idea.
No, nobody does. You have to speak, Jessica. Yeah, no, but AI has really been helpful in like converting whatever I'm trying to convey into nonsense into like sense, yeah, something that makes sense. Because you guys are in Vietnam and the time is different. How are you keeping up your energy working with several different people and business owners, and how are you adjusting to the time frame being in another country?
So I know for me, my personal experience before I moved out here, I was working graveyard. So
Uh-huh.
it's very easy for me to acclimate to that. I was working from like 6 p.m. till 5 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Moved out here, my body was like, oh, so usually I'm working at this time and it's actually daylight.
Uh-huh.
And so for me, that was kind of a easy transition. And then for you,
We we all know that we started at night, like nighttime.
Uh-huh.
I can keep up with your 8 a.m. and time or years go by and think it's not gonna work. So we kind of like reduce it and we come
Mm-hmm.
up with the sweetest idea that okay, Joanna, you start at 3 or yeah, 3 p.m.
Yeah,
And that,
California 3 p.m. is what
yeah,
time that.
and then that is like here now it's 5 a.m. and that is like just waking up early. Start your day early, finish your work early, and you have the whole day entire
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, there's a new guy we're working with that you're setting up the whole webpage and doing everything with one of our partners that does solar. And he told me there's this book called 5 a.m. Club. And I was like, I get up at 4 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
I'm at the gym at 5. I'm at the gym from 5 a.m. to 6:30. And then we're going back into doing the Bible girls at 7 a.m. Like I've got a lot going on. I like a lot going on every single day. But it's funny that he just mentioned this book, this 5 a.m. club. I just added it to my list of books to read. But I mean, this has long been my life. So this is sort of the life that you guys have as well, so that you can connect with California realtors and podcasters and other entrepreneurs that are starting their day. Later in the day, you're getting all the stuff done for them when it's really early in the morning for you.
Yeah. And if in case that there's gonna be like an emergency, we're still awake like on your 8 a.m.
yeah, the
Uh,
morning hours.
on
Yep.
your morning hours. So this is actually the most sweetest time to work with us. Like we are not like being left behind your real life here. At
uh-huh.
least you're still living your normal life. Like you still have your mornings, which is good because that's like you woke up, you start working, you have a fresh brain, your
Uh-huh.
focus is better. You're not distracted
Yeah.
because you're gonna go out at 5 a.m. No one's gonna hang out with you at 5.
No, and I usually wait till 7 to start sending messages, but we've been using Drive for a while, which I think is great
Mhm.
because rather than me sending you 27 messages, which I'm still guilty of, I try to put everything into Drive so it's a little more cohesive. And then when you start working, you see what things were on my brain to worry about, and then you get them all done. And you're doing a whole lot more than just social media. For me, I'm very spoiled and have a lot of help. But for other entrepreneurs out there, I want to speak to that because the stuff that Joanna does for me, like just today, it was sending over a lease, sending over what this dude still owes me and hasn't paid yet, sending all of that to the property manager to set us up on a new network for software for all the rentals. That was just one of the things. Oh, setting up all the podcasts, setting up the URLs, setting up the URLs for one of our new business owners that we did for him. It's the URL is marksmyman.com. I thought it was hilarious. And so we're setting that up. We're setting up all the landing pages, setting up the FAQ sheets, and then setting up podcasting. Like there's a lot that goes into a day just with what we're doing. And it's all going into Drive. And then you're doing a lot of these things for me as a part-time assistant. So I think business owners and entrepreneurs need to comprehend is to have an employee part-time here in America, you're going to pay like $2,000 a month. And to have a part-time assistant in Vietnam to get really great help with people that know how to do all these things, plus the social media piece, which is a really big component, you're going to pay what for part-time? What would somebody pay to hire you out part-time?
Yeah, like for the three posting and one email marketing per week, it's 350 per
And then
month.
what if somebody wants like a couple hours a day from you? What would that look like on a monthly basis? Like just ballpark. Like what would minimum be if somebody needed like 2 hours a day to get started?
2 hours a day.
Yeah,
So what is that? 10 hours a week, Monday through Friday? Yeah, 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month.
You'll be probably better because
yeah, I think like we can start with like around 300 and something like that.
Okay, let me get my calculator and figure out quick math here because I think you're at, well, let me just find a calculator. Why can't I just pull up quickly? There we go. Okay, so if we have 10 hours a week times 4, yeah, I think like at $8 an hour, American dollars, that at 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day, that's 320 a month. That's 80 a week, 320 a month. You couldn't get somebody to even like the American I just told you about that wanted me to go out and find people for his social media marketing like twice a week in a newsletter, not branded, nothing's done, 500 a month. So 320 a month to have somebody at your disposal a couple hours a day doing all your social, doing a newsletter, and then doing these kind of a la carte items like making changes to my website or making a new I don't know, a block, or we've done some of those things where like it swims around on our screen where you click it, a call to action clicker button. Like there's a lot of things that we've tried out and done a lot of trial and error, but having somebody available for all of those things around your brand, around your business, that's really big. And that's a really great price.
definitely.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
definitely like a steal considering American prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is another thing too. It's all like I'm American. She speaks perfect English. We're abroad. It's I think that's another thing too. Even though we're in another country, I'm from the U.S. You can't even tell that she's from the Philippines when she talks.
Uh-huh.
So it's like that helps a lot too.
I think so. And we don't have, at least in our relationship, like I'm not using you guys to make outbound phone calls. Like that's not what we're doing. It's all kind of behind the scenes. There's a lot of email communication that goes out. Oh, and Joanna just today also did spreadsheets. I was pulling up multiple properties. I'm arranging like 5 different properties each day with the value, what the rent is, what their cap rate is. And I put all the information and she pops it into a Google spreadsheet because we're looking at so many properties and there's so much information. So Joanna's on a lot of my email strings, just replying back to clients with all the information they need and keeping that straight in folders and files because I can't do all that while I'm in the car.
Yeah. You need to focus on the other things, the
Right.
hands-on, like, your community, your connections, that are out there. Like
Yeah,
that.
the real face-to-face stuff. Yeah. So I think, that's great to mention. Okay, give us the Google Voice number again. And maybe if you can edit it, let's put it up on the screen too. But give us the Google Voice number.
So for the Google Voice number, it's 510-592-4845. And then the email is jm.jmsocials@gmail.com.
I was reminded when you said that you guys are both JM. So one of my best friends is Deb Clark. She's a really big food blogger, and her husband well, she was already DC. Those were her initials. She married Dan Clark. And so their whole wedding was DC squared. You guys can totally do the same thing with JM squared.
Oh, you just gave us an idea.
Right?
That's going to be so fun. Okay, so we're going to push this. What is today? What is today? Wednesday. So we're going to push this podcast out for maybe tomorrow so everybody can see it.
Yeah.
And then if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, whether you are a coach or you're a LMFT or you're a podcaster or you're a lender or I mean, I can't think of any business that wouldn't benefit from this, but this is a conversation I think you need to have and a free consultation. And they could book the free consultation right through Zoom, talk to both of you guys, decide if they want to work with one of you or the other one or both of you, and make a decision to really bump up their business.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
Yep.
Mhm.
I love that. Well, and I'm sure we've got like 1 million reviews if anybody wanted reviews, because I've sent in like everybody I know, because I just know the American choices are not amazing ones for $500 a month. You're getting like very, very, very little value for a lot of money. And in this economy that we're in right now, I think everybody's looking for ways to save. So I want to have you guys back on next week so that we can talk about like ways to really budget as a business owner, because business is business is business. We're all after the same thing. You need to grow your email list. You need to grow your face-to-face list. You need to, be part of all these networking communities. Business is business. So maybe next week we can attack some of those things as business owners that you really need to hone in on, and things that you guys could specifically help with to help grow that.
Yeah, definitely. We're
Definitely.
totally down. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Okay. So I think if anybody has any questions or ideas for that, like I'm a landscaper, how do I grow my business? Like throw it in to the chat or onto, because this will go out to where, like YouTube, and I don't know where else it'll go out to. But if somebody has a question about like their specific business, they should throw it out to us or send it out to the number that you just gave them, the 510 number. Throw it out there, and then we can speak directly to that.
Yeah. That'll be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So we'll plan on next week again.
Okay, sure.
Perfect.
Okay. What
Okay.
time is it there for you guys right now?
10 a.m.
Yeah, 10
10
a.m.
a.m. It's 8 p.m. here. So it's my bedtime.
10 a.m. Thursday.
Oh, right. And it's 8 p.m. Wednesday. That's so weird. It's an entire day later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell
Awesome.
the future.
Yes. You're in the future. All right. Thanks for taking the time for this. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jess.
thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Okay. I'll talk to you. Well, I mean, I'll talk to you in a few hours, actually, when I wake up at 4 in the morning, but we will talk again next week.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. Have a good night. Bye, guys.
Goodbye. But, there you go.